In 2012, a man rolled onto an X Factor stage with no theatrics, no gimmicks, and no urgency to impress. He wasn't there to win a competition, he was there to honor his wife. And when he sang, the room understood that immediately. Freddie Combs arrived quietly. No dramatic backstory package, no build-up music, just a man in a wheelchair, steady, composed, and clear about why he was there. Before singing, Freddie explained that this audition was dedicated to his wife, Kay, the woman who stood beside him through years of health struggles, hospital visits, and a long, disciplined journey of losing nearly 400 pounds to reclaim his life. This performance wasn't spontaneous, it was intentional. Freddie chose "Wind Beneath My Wings" not as a crowd pleaser, not as a vocal flex, but as a message. The lyrics weren't metaphorical for him, they were literal. This was gratitude, spoken through music. When Freddie began to sing, the room didn't erupt, it went still.
It must have been cold there in my shadow, to never have sunlight on your face.
His voice wasn't chasing power, it wasn't stretching for drama. It was grounded, controlled, and deeply sincere. There was patience in every line, weight behind every word.
Did you ever know that you're my hero? Baby, you're everything I would like to be. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings.
One of the judges later described his voice as heavenly, not because it was flawless, but because it felt honest. This wasn't a performance built for applause, it was built from experience. What made this audition different wasn't the song, it was the restraint. Freddie didn't rush the melody, he didn't oversell emotion, he trusted the moment. And that confidence, the kind that comes from having lived through real difficulty, translated instantly. You can't manufacture that. As the song unfolded, it became clear that Freddie wasn't singing outward, he was singing toward someone, toward the person who carried him when he couldn't carry himself, toward the woman who believed long before a television audience did. That's why the reaction wasn't explosive at first. People weren't reacting to a contestant, they were absorbing a dedication. The judges responded unanimously, not because the audition was flashy, but because it was grounded. They weren't voting on potential, they were responding to presence. For a moment, the competition format disappeared. What remained was a voice shaped by endurance. Freddie Combs didn't win X Factor, but this audition outlived the season. Years later, people still return to this clip, not for spectacle, but for sincerity. In an environment built on hype, this moment stood still. That's why it endures. Some performances impress you, others stay with you. Freddie Combs' 2012 audition wasn't about winning a show, it was about honoring the person who made survival possible. Years after this audition, Freddie Combs passed away, but this moment remains, a voice, a dedication, and a reminder that some performances don't fade. Because behind every mind that changes the world, there's a story worth telling. This is Curate Genius.